The Pula handed to Yuri by Patera was a navy blue, long-sleeved dress. It was adorned with intricate embroidery of gold thread, featuring a design distinctly different from Sana's or Claire's, a series of geometric patterns that flowed across the entire garment. The pais she received were shaped like ballet slippers, much like Sana's, but instead of shimmering like diamonds, they radiated a jet-black luster reminiscent of black pearls. Guided to the fitting room, Yuri immediately changed into the Pula and pais. Her body felt suddenly light, as if weightless. Looking down at her feet, she saw she was hovering several centimeters above the floor, just like Sana and Claire. Filled with joy, she gave a playful twirl in front of the mirror. As she did, the clothes she had folded and placed on the kutea fluttered into the air and tumbled to the ground. Yuri tilted her head in curiosity. She reached out toward the fallen garments and consciously channeled power into her hand. Instantly, the clothes and shoes went flying, slamming into the wall. It was just as she had suspected.
I can control the wind.
Brimming with excitement, Yuri began to experiment with her newfound powers right there in the fitting room. When Yuri stepped out of the fitting room, her cheeks were flushed with a rosy glow. It was clear she had already realized her unique affinity. Patera watched her, impressed by how quickly the girl had grasped her new power. Returning to Sana and Claire, who were waiting in the reception area, Yuri placed her old clothes on the kutea and called out to Sana with triumphant excitement.
Sana, look at this.
Yuri cried. She spread her arms and directed her palms toward the floor. Instantly, her body spun like a bamboo dragonfly, soaring upward until she nearly brushed the ceiling.
Whoa, that's amazing,
Sana murmured, her voice filled with awe. Impressive, Claire noted from across the room, nodding with approval. A tempest dragon, most likely. They have the power to command the wind and the weather.
That's incredible, Yuri.
Sana stood up and rushed to her side.
How did you figure it out so fast?
I don't know, it was just a feeling.
Yuri replied, her face reddening with shy modesty.
I felt like I could make the wind move, and when I tried to focus on it, it just happened.
Man, I'm so jealous,
Sana said, her eyes a mix of playful envy and genuine admiration. The three girls returned from Vestimerna. Yuri was already dressed in her newly tailored Pula. Its design was a rare one, but the deep navy fabric perfectly complemented her sharp, almond-shaped thighs and petite red lips.
Hey Yuri, show Chris what you can do,
Sana said as Yuri returned to the room after dropping off her things.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yuri nodded shyly. She stepped toward the kitchen and held both hands out over the sink. Closing her eyes in concentration, she began to manifest a thick, white mist that billowed up like cotton candy. Once the cloud grew to about the size of a large bundle, it began to crackle and spark with electricity. Suddenly, a vigorous downpour of rain lashed down from the cloud into the sink. The white smoke Yuri had summoned was, in fact, a thundercloud. This miniature storm continued to pour rain into the basin until Yuri lowered her hands, at which point the cloud gradually dissolved into nothingness.
Incredible,
Chris murmured, turning toward Sana with his jaw still slightly ajar. Sana nodded repeatedly in silent agreement.
Is that the special property of your Pula?
Chris asked, looking back at Yuri.
Yeah, I think so.
Yuri replied, her cheeks flushing a modest shade of crimson as she nodded.
It seems she can control the wind and the weather,
Sana added.
Wow, I'm impressed you figured out your affinity already,
Chris said, genuinely struck.
No kidding,
Sana agreed, a slight pout forming on her lips.
I still haven't a clue what my Pila's property is, let alone who my guardian entity might be.
It was just a fluke.
Yuri demurred, trying to remain humble.
Even so, being able to command it to that extent already is proof of your high aptitude.
Alondra remarked. At the praise, Yuri's face reddened further as she bowed. Thank you so much, she replied. Just then, Nigel arrived. He had come to deliver the news. The energy synchronization for Chris and the others, Yuri included, was finally complete. It appeared that Yuri's transition into Herpula had served as a catalyst, further accelerating the synchronization process.